Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. It is hard to believe we are only 36 days away. 36 days away until the Vols kick off against Syracuse. Just 5 days away from the start of fall camp, and I'm excited. I'm excited about this 2025 football team. And I get it. There are some question marks, right? You look at the wide receiver room, the depth at wide receivers, just the amount of bodies in that room, but I'm still excited. I'm excited about Mike Matthews getting his opportunity. I'm excited about Braylon Staley getting his opportunity. I'm excited about Chris Brazzell with another year in the system. And you can look at that offensive line too, right? There's also question marks there. You're only returning one starter in Lance Hurd, but look at the additions in the portal, right? Going out and getting Wendell Moore Jr., going out and getting Sam Pendleton. You've got 2 5-star offensive tackles on the outside. I've said this before in videos, just because it's new doesn't mean it's bad. I think this offensive line could be better than it was a year ago. You flip over, look at the defensive side of the football. I think they're going to be better than they were a year ago. You may call me crazy. That 2024 defense was 7th in the country, only gave up 16 points per game. But look at this 2025 defense, loaded on the defensive line, veteran bunch of linebackers, 3 of the best corners. That's right, I said it. 3 of the best corners in the country with Jermod McCoy, Ricky Gibson, and the addition of Colton Hood. Of course, you got to get Jermod McCoy back healthy. But I get it. If you're not bought in, I understand if you have questions about this Tennessee team going into 2025. And look, one of the questions is, what is the status of Boo Carter? I did a mock draft, a Vols mock draft with Eric Kane over on Locked On Vols. He actually posted it this morning. Spoiler alert, that was the second time we have made that video. We did it earlier back during the spring, so Kanan would have an episode backloaded when the baby was born. He could roll that out, but then all the chaos with Nico hitting the portal, we had to record it again. And look, let's go back to that first one that never aired. Pick number 1 for Kaner, Nico. Pick number 2 for me, Boo Carter. Could we be without both of those guys in 2025? What is the latest on Boo Carter? We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. But as always, I need you guys to do me that YouTube stuff just right down there below the video. Smash that thumbs up. It's quick, free, and easy. It helps the channel. If it's your first time here on the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We're not reporters. We're not journalists. We don't fake that. We don't pretend to be that. What we are is exactly what you guys are. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live on Sunday night playing EA Sports College Football 26, but we talk all things Tennessee football. Also, we're kicking off the Talkin VAWLS Dynasty on EA Sports College Football 26. You want to be a part of that? There is a link in the description below to join the Patreon. Come play head-to-head against me, Coach Jay, Foul Ming, Dauber. We're all in there. It is a good time. We're just kicking that thing off now. But let's talk about Boo Carter. And we've talked about this all week long, right? Starting with the rumors. You go back to all the rumors, all the speculation, gang-related activity, can't come back to his hometown. He's been AWOL since July the 8th. This is what happens. Anytime a player is going through something like this, all the narratives come out, all the rumors come out. What's true, what isn't? I think the one thing that we can point to that is probably truth at this point, and it comes from Tony Basilio when he said he doesn't think it's a slam dunk that Boo Carter suits up for Tennessee in 2025. He says he's not plugged in. He's missed some workouts. He's been late to some of the team stuff. And because of that, the leadership council, guys like Miles Kitselman, guys like Joshua Josephs, they have had enough. Now, VolQuest, Austin Price spoke on this earlier in the week as well, said that Boo Carter is out in California for the week. Why is he out in California? I have no idea. He's talked about that Boo Carter's been in communications with a possible new agent. I'm not sure if that has something to do with this, but he basically kind of doubled down on what Tony Basilio said, that Boo Carter has to do the little things better, right? He has to be on time. You can't be missing team meetings. You can't be missing workouts. And at the end of that, AP said there is a path for Boo Carter being on this football team in 2025. And look, when I heard that, I said it was good news. Now, some people took that the wrong way and said, oh, it's good news that we have a player that's a locker room cancer, that's not showing up to practice, that's not showing up to workouts. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying go back to the fantasy draft that myself and Kaner did. Pick number 1, Nico, is now playing for UCLA. Pick number 2, Boo Carter, we're questioning his status. So when I hear there is a path back to this team for Boo Carter, I get excited. And I get it. You can't let it go too far. You talk about culture and building that locker room. Nobody's above the T. When you say that nobody's above the T, when Nico transfers, well, that means that Boo Carter isn't above the T as well, which is why Josh Heupel has a decision to make. But here's the latest news that kind of gives me a little bit more optimism maybe that Boo Carter is going to be a part of this team. This was sent to me. This was a post on on Facebook from Boo Carter's father. Now there's some drama in this that I don't want to talk about because I honestly don't know what the drama is about, but you can see here clearly Boo Carter's dad having some kind of beef. But what I think we need to point to is the middle of this post where he says, "God bless all you naysayers who have dragged his name." And that's going back to the beginning of this thing when all the rumors come out and there's all the speculation and the talk. We can talk about that and we can speculate on that because that's what we as fans do. That's what people do on the message boards. That's what people do on Twitter. And that's what we do right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. But we can speculate without dragging our own through the mud, without dragging our own kids, our own players through the mud. We can speculate and question what's going on, but we need to be careful about how we address this and how we talk about these kids. These are our players. But he says, "God bless all you naysayers who has dragged his name. We still love you all even more now. And for the people that have been waiting for clarity, thank you for never giving up on him." He goes on to say, "Tuesday, Coach will give you guys all the clarity needed, but go Vols." Now he goes back into the personal beef. Again, I don't know what their issue is. That's irrelevant to the situation. But what does all this mean? Well, the players are off for the weekend. They will be back on campus on Monday for a team meeting. Will Boo Carter be at that meeting? I think that is the biggest question here is, does he show up to that meeting? But basically, when you look at what Dad says, and he says, "Hey, you're going to get all the clarity you need on Tuesday," that makes me think that Boo Carter plans on being at that meeting. That makes me think that Boo Carter has also been in communication with Josh Heupel, that Boo Carter has been in communication with his coaching staff, and he plans to be at that meeting on Monday. Otherwise, I don't see why Pops would be out there saying, "You're going to get all the clarity you need on Tuesday." So again, meeting Monday. Why are we talking about Tuesday? Why does Tuesday matter? Well, Tuesday is media days, followed by the first practice coming up on Wednesday. So Tuesday, Josh Heupel will address the media. He is going to answer questions about Boo Carter one way or the other. Wouldn't be surprised if it's the first thing out of his mouth. The first thing out of his mouth is about Boo Carter because he knows those questions are coming on Tuesday. So again, we have the post from Pops. You're going to get the clarity that you need. Go Vols. I think this thing gets wrapped up. I think Josh Heupel addresses it on Tuesday. Now, the point is, all right, where's Boo Carter at? Does Boo Carter buy in? Does Boo Carter continue to show up late? Because how many opportunities do you get? How many chances do you get? Once you've burned that relationship with your teammates, do you earn that respect back? And I said this on the live stream Wednesday night after Braden Rouse came on. Fun interview, man. If you missed that, go back and give it a watch. But if I'm Boo Carter, I'll walk in that locker room. I apologize man to man. And then I say, I'm going to do every single up down that you did because of me. I'm going to run every single gasser that you ran because of me. And if you all want to stand around and watch until I puke, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make up for what I did. And then I'm going to start to build that trust back, build those relationships back. Does Boo Carter do that? Maybe this is the turning point that Boo needs to understand how he needs to handle business on and off the field. The kid's a superstar. The kid's a rock star on the field. But you got to put it together off the field as well. Because what happens if Boo Carter gets suspended and he sits out the entire 2025 season? What good does that do for him? Like, you're not jumping in the portal this late in the game. The portal's closed. You're not transferring this late in the game. So do you really want to get suspended? It's hard. Coach Jay spoke on this Wednesday night. It's hard to come back after sitting out of live action for a full year. Is that what Boo Carter wants to do? I don't think so. I think Boo plans on being at that meeting on Monday. I think Josh Heupel is going to address it with the media. He's going to say that Boo is going to do things the right way, and then we're going to move forward into 2025 and hopefully put this behind us. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the Facebook post from Pops there saying we're going to get some clarity on Tuesday? Certainly seems to me that Boo Carter plans on working his way back to this team. As always, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. You can go check out some Talkin VAWLS merchandise. We sell merchandise, rivalry t-shirts, parody t-shirts, all kinds of fun stuff. Bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. You can also support this channel by hitting the join button. It's right down there beside subscribe. $1 a month. That's it. Access to custom Talkin VAWLS emojis. We're going to be doing members only streams coming up this season. So get those memberships updated and come join us for those members only stream. But if not, smash the thumbs up because it's quick, free, and easy. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.